Hi, I'm Blue from Hello the Future, and yes, it's holiday party season, so I thought I'd share that with you. Also, new glasses, yay, and new eye makeup to match the glasses, but that's one of those maybe she's born with it things. I'm not born with it. Anyway, I want to tell you a story today. This is a true story that you probably do not know about Hello the Future, which is this. The entirety of 2011 would have been vastly different had I not last year at about this time put up a bonus song called Nintendo Sleigh Ride. I'm going to play the song again for you on Song Tuesday next week. I'm going to re-record it, but last year I swear I had this idea and I had it, and in 5 minutes I sat down and it was done, right? I had this idea, I sat down on my couch, not even on, you know, it was like, you can see the video, it's not my usual thing. I just sat down and I was like, I'm gonna play a song based on Leroy Anderson's Sleigh Ride, and it goes like this. Do 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 do, let's hear those chip tunes a-ring-a-ling-a-ding-ding-a-ding-ling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for Nintendo together with you. Yeah, right? So I put up this song. And somewhere while I was, you know, sitting on my couch going ding 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 a 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 ding 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 I'm like, oh, it's the same chord pattern. And because it was the same chord pattern, I tweeted, OMG, it is the same chord pattern. Not like 15,000 other songs don't have that chord pattern. Anyway, and then someone, and I'm gonna say it was JT Murphy from WNES on ANR, tweeted back to me, yeah, of course it is, the One-Ups already did it. And I was like, who are the One-Ups? I know, I didn't know. Anyway, so then I was like, Google, 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 the One-Ups, is it one word or two? Enter, and then I learned who the One-Ups were. That was a big smacky sound. And then I learned who the One-Ups were. And yes, go listen to their song, it's called Super Mario Sleigh Ride. Link's always there. And not only did they write that song, but they wrote a bunch of other songs, and they wrote pieces because rarely do they sing. But you can find out more about them, and I found out more about them last year. At about this very exact time, 360, probably 65 odd days ago. So I found out about the One-Ups last year. Why am I telling you this, and why did this change 2011 for me? Because I found out about the One-Ups, and I found out that they had released this album called Super Mario Kart. I think that's actually what it's called. I should have looked it up before I sat down. But it's a full cover of the Super Mario Kart original soundtrack. Right? Full cover of the Super Mario Brothers original Super Mario Kart original soundtrack, and I listened to it again and again and again and again and again and again and again on Bandcamp, not paying for it because Bandcamp lets you do that legally. Listen again and again and again on Bandcamp, right? And so then I went to MagFest, and there they were. There the One-Ups were all doing their thing, and so I had $10 and I went up to Mustin. Mustin is one of the people involved in the One-Ups, right? He is super cool. This is where the life-changing moment happened, alright? So I went up to Mustin. I gave him my $10. I got a CD copy of the Super Mario Kart album, and I said something stupid like you say when you see people who you think are cool, and you say something stupid like, OMG, OMG, I listen to your stuff all the time, you are so cool, please take my money, right? And then you go, I've said something stupid, and then I walked away. I walked completely away. And then I stopped. Oh, I still remember where I was. I was about to go down the escalator, and then I stopped, and I said to myself, I'm going to turn around. I did not say this out loud. That would have been crazy. But I said to myself in my head, I'm going to turn around. And so I turned around. And I went back over. And I said, hi Mustin. You don't know me. My name is Blue. My band is Hello the Future. I'm the only person in my band. And I think you guys are really, really cool. Would you like to come to lunch and talk about the music business and the work you do, and maybe how you're awesome, and maybe how I could be more awesome like you? I'm not sure exactly how I phrased that, but I'm sure that was a pretty close representation as to how extremely nervous and dorky that all was. So I did, and then Mustin was like, yeah, lunch, cool, let's do it. And so then I went to lunch with Mustin, and we talked about like all kinds of stuff, and then I was like, hey, you know what I want to do in 2011? I have this big dream project. It's like a dream in my head. And said, I want to do this cover of They Might Be Giants' album, Ink Card, because it's 10 years after they released it, and we could raise some money, and it would be cool. What do you cool? Do you think it's cool? Am I crazy? Do you think it's cool? And Meston was like, yeah, it's cool, let's do it. And I was like, wow. And so, that, in short, let me put it this way. If it were not for me sitting down and deciding to play Nintendo Sleigh Ride, which I wrote in 5 minutes and learned the 4 chords for, because it really only has 4 chords. If I had not sat down and played Nintendo Sleigh Ride, I would never have figured out in my head that it was the same as the Super Mario do-do-do-do-do-do. That's Super Mario World. That's that music. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, right? So, and then I wouldn't have tweeted it, and then JT Murphy wouldn't have tweeted back that the 1-Ups already did it, and then I would not have found out who the 1-Ups are. I probably would have found out who they were eventually, but not at that particular day. And then I would not have thought they were cool enough to approach a MagFest. Yay! And then I would not have had lunch with Meston. And then we probably, maybe I would have done the Mink car cover, and maybe I would not have, because I couldn't have done it without Meston. For goodness sake. And without Mink car cover, I wouldn't have gotten to know so many other people. I wouldn't have gotten to know the Double Clicks, or I wouldn't have gotten to talk with Marion Call, or meet Hank Green, or, you know, all of the cool things that happened because of that. And we would not have raised any money for the FDNY Foundation. We might have raised a little bit of money, certainly not quite so much. And all of these wonderful things because I put a song on the internet. And you never would have guessed it would have been that one. I swear. So that is my story for you. And may your 2012s be as cool as my 2011 was. I guess that is what I want to say. And keep on putting things on the internet. It's our only hope.